In what was Denver's 8th straight win, the longest active streak in the NBA, Nikola Jokić casually put up a 26-15-10 triple-double, and somehow, he wasn't even the best player on the court. Jamal Murray exploded for a career-high 55 points, and together they became the first teammates in NBA history to record 50-plus points and a triple-double in the same game multiple times. That stat isn't just rare, it's unprecedented. Together, Jokić and Murray tear apart defenses and are proving once again that when Murray is healthy, the Nuggets are unstoppable. This team is a problem, and I'm absolutely obsessed with the way they play basketball. Let's talk about it. The Nuggets are flying this season, and the biggest reason is the fact that Nikola Jokić is playing the best basketball of his career. And considering his career is already Hall of Fame material, that's saying something. This is a season where every other game feels like a not since Wilt stat line. A season where Jokić casually puts up numbers that look like typos. A season where his highlights bounce between how did he even see that pass? And did he just teleport? On paper, this is an undisputed MVP year, but MVP debates are what they are. Loud, exhausting, and often missing the point. For anyone actually watching the games, the answer is obvious. His last game against the Blazers was another day, another triple-double. His 25th of the season. 26 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists. Just business as usual. Over his last 20 games, Jokić is averaging 28.4 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists, and 2 steals a night. That assist number leads the entire NBA, and he's doing it while shooting 60.4% from the field and 38.6% from three. For the season, he's putting up 29.8 points, 12.6 rebounds, 10.2 assists, and 1.8 steals while shooting 57.7% from the field and 45.0% from deep. All of this from a center. This isn't just an MVP run. This is an all-time season from an all-time player. But the real masterpiece isn't just in the numbers. It's in how Jokic's dominance opens up the entire floor for his teammates, turning the Nuggets offense into a symphony. Right now, he might be the greatest artist in sports. His canvas is a 94-foot stretch of hardwood. His teammates are the paint, and the basketball is his brush. And the art he produced is not forced. There's no predetermined outcome. No rigid system dictating how plays unfold. Instead, Jokić reads the game in real time, orchestrating every movement with perfect harmony. He sees the entire floor, every inch of the hardwood, tracking defenders without looking, throwing passes to spots where his teammates have to be, because that's the only place they can be. There are no true historical comparisons, not even Wilt. No one has done this in the modern NBA, because Jokić isn't just an all-time playmaker. He's also one of the greatest paint scorers, one of the best rebounders, one of the most efficient shooters, and the best passer in the league. He still does all the classic center things like scoring in the post, rebounding, and protecting the paint. But he's also mastered the 21st century elements of the game: three-point shooting, shot making, floor spacing, high IQ passing. And the craziest part? He doesn't even have to be the leading scorer. He's putting up ridiculous efficiency from both the field and beyond the arc. But his real impact is how he warps defenses, creating easy looks for his teammates. The Nuggets are thriving because of it. If the right play is a pass, he makes it. If the defense gives him a one-on-one, he takes it. Basketball is a game of constant decisions, and while no player makes the right choice every time, Jokić comes closer than anyone, past or present. That's why the Nuggets aren't just contenders. They might be the team to beat, because when Jokić is clicking, the entire team clicks with him. Jokić controlled every aspect of the game against the Blazers, but when it came to pure scoring, it was Jamal Murray who stole the show. He erupted for a career-high 55 points on 20 of 36 shooting, drilling 7 of 15 from deep. That's the third most points ever scored by a Nugget in a single game. And it wasn't just scoring. He added 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals to round out the performance. But the real story wasn't just the number. It was how he got them. The threes were falling early, fueling a blistering 30-point first half. The drives were smooth. The footwork was pure artistry. This was Murray, who dominated the 2023 finals and made Denver's offense feel unstoppable. After a rough 9-month stretch that included an underwhelming playoff run, a tough showing for Canada at the 2024 Olympics, and a slow start to the season, there were whispers. Was this still the guy Denver had built around? He answered that with authority. The rhythm is back. The aggressiveness never left. When he gets going like this, defenses have no answer. And when both he and Jokić are clicking, the Nuggets look every bit like a team ready to hang another banner. Their chemistry is ridiculous. With Murray exploding for 55 and Jokić racking up another triple-double, they became the first teammates in NBA history to record 50-plus points and a triple-double in the same game multiple times. That stat isn't just rare, it's unprecedented. And that's the blueprint. Jokić, the all-time orchestrator. Murray, the flamethrower. When they play at this level, there's no defense in the league that can stop them. The Nuggets don't just win, they break teams. Jokić is playing like the best player in the world. Murray just dropped a career high, but the rest of the Nuggets are also stepping up in a big way. With injuries hitting the roster, guys like Michael Porter Jr., Christian Braun, and Julian Strawther have taken on bigger roles, while bench pieces like Jalen Pickett and Zeke Naji have provided valuable minutes. The biggest difference, they're not just complimenting Jokić, they're holding their own without him on the floor. And that's been a major issue for Denver in the past. Porter Jr. remains one of the purest shooters in the league. His spacing unlocks the offense, and when he gets hot, it's lights out. Brown, meanwhile, might not get much hype, but he quietly dropped 21 and 10 against the Blazers. He's also making a legitimate case for most improved player with career highs across the board, with 15.0 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game on a ridiculous 57.8% from the field. His energy, especially in transition, makes him one of the league's best fast break finishers. Then there's Strawther. With injuries to Porter Jr. and Russell Westbrook, he's been forced into a bigger role, and he's thriving. He started the last 3 games, including back-to-back 18-point performances in wins over Phoenix and Portland. Over his last 5, he's been a steady contributor, putting up 11.8 points, 4.0 rebounds, 1.6 assists, and a steal per game in nearly 31 minutes of action. This is exactly why Denver didn't make a move at the trade deadline. The front office believed in this bench, and right now, they're proving why. If these guys can keep growing their confidence and chemistry, Denver is going to be a nightmare once the playoffs roll around. That said, Denver isn't just winning, they're dominating. 8 straight victories, winners of 16 of their last 20. And here's the crazy part, 13 of those wins came by double digits. They flipped the switch, cruising into the All-Star break and surging up the Western Conference standings. After a rocky start to the season, Denver now sits 3rd in the West at 36 and 19, just half a game behind Memphis for the 2nd seed. And the reason for this is that their offense is firing on all cylinders. During this 8-game streak, the Nuggets have been an offensive machine. A 132.2 offensive rating, the best in the NBA by a wide margin. They lead the league in scoring at 128.1 points per game, with an effective field goal percentage of 61.5% and a true shooting percentage of 64.5%. On the season, Denver ranks 3rd in offensive rating at 120.4 and points per game at 121.5, while sitting 2nd in both effective field goal percentage at 57.5% and true shooting percentage at 60.7%. Simply put, when the Nuggets play like this, nobody wants to see them in a playoff series. Now, clinching the 2nd seed is realistic, but catching the top seeded Oklahoma City Thunder is a different challenge. With 27 games left, Denver trails by 9 games, a tough gap to close in a short time. Even if OKC finishes ahead, Denver remains the biggest threat in the West. Jamal Murray's 55-point explosion against the Blazers proved he still has it. The Nuggets have years of deep playoff experience with battle-tested players like Murray, Westbrook, Gordon, and Porter Jr. That experience could be a major factor against a young and relatively untested OKC squad in the postseason. Most importantly, Denver has the best player in the world, 3-time MVP Nikola Jokić. That alone makes them the team to beat in the Western Conference. Are the Nuggets the best team in basketball when fully healthy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more NBA deep dives.